Hi guys and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we are going to be talking about Jovi being on the list of most searched artists on boomplay. So we know that Jovi has not released any viral song for a while now, and so it's amazing to see that he is still on the list on like boomplay is one of the most popular platforms, streaming platforms in Cameroon. So it's just amazing to know that he's still on the list. So we are going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to react to blogger Fortune, what he thinks about that, and then we will share our own opinion about all of that. Hi, Ambassador.
No people, it's your boy ambassador again doing his thing.
Okay, so I'll start off by reading this article from this blogger. So he says, even without dropping a single song on Cameroon's most used audio streaming platform Boomplay for over a year, Jovi is the most searched male Cameroonian artist on the app. It's very uncommon for an artist who hasn't dropped a new project to occupy this position on Boomplay because the list updates hourly. If you take a good look at the list below, you will realize every artist there has a new project on Boomplay except Jovi. Now that's what happens when you do timeless music which remains enjoyable, impactful, and highly relatable years after its release. Timeless songs are different from viral club hits. Songs like No Peace by Jovi, Devil, No the Sleep by Jovi, Prisoner by Lucky Dupe, Ogwelegba by Whiskey, No Woman No Cry by
Uju Elegba.
Ojuelegba. Okay. Now that you're pronouncing it right, I'm knowing the song. Okay. No Woman No Cry by Bob Marley. Lose Yourself by Eminem. Mirror on the Wall by Bruno Mars and Lil Wayne. We Are the World by Michael Jackson, etc. are songs which people will still crave and search for till date because of how relatable and impactful they are. Jovi is among very few Cameroonian artists whose songs will still be relatable many decades after they are dead. Some of Jovi's songs are like prophecies. You don't get it at first, but with time, it begins to make sense to you as different events in life unfolds. Had to bring this screenshot from Boomplay just to show the realism of my write-up. Jovi is indeed a rare gem. So let me look at the list. So we have Fali Epupa on the list. We have Daju, Davido, Mimi, Maitre Gims, Lady Pons, Burna Boy, then Jovi. And like Fortune is saying, like all of these people have recent projects, recent viral songs, and Jovi is the only one on the list who doesn't have a recent viral song. Ambassador, do you think the reason he gave for Jovi being on this list, that the songs he released is timeless, do you think that's accurate, or do you think he just has a loyal following?
I think like timeless is strong. And then looking at the other songs he called, We Are the World, or Uju Elegba, and those things, I don't think I know any Jovi song that it's off. There's this one he did, PTA, no, is it PTA? No, the one he did, what they call this, is it
Echo Roosevelt.
Tabule Roshi? Yeah, I've forgotten the song even, the hook. Which it's a song that you can listen to every time, anywhere. It can suit almost any audience. But still, We Are the World, it's a stretch. Yeah. So that's why I said timeless. I don't think timeless is the main thing. For me, because to be honest, I still play a lot of Jovi in my car right now when I drive around. So I'll just be talking from, as we say, it's just my opinion. I'm talking from my own perspective. I play Jovi most of the time because he's almost like, like we have R. Kelly, we have, what's his name? Usher at one time was like that. Most of Jay-Z stuff is like that. So you want to play somebody who, one, you can relate to the songs. Two, he has, so when I play like a mix of songs, it's something else. When I go on YouTube and just play non-stop, it's something else. But when I want to go for like a long drive, I want to be playing songs that I am familiar with, I can sing to and all of that, I'd rather play Jovi. One, he has been there for a while, he has been consistent for a while. It's true that he has not put out something maybe this last 2 years or this last year. But what Jovi had put out, it's a stack. I think among the modern artists, that's one person I'm sure can do a full blown out concert and then play non-stop his songs, and the crowd will vibe to it non-stop. So he has those kind of songs. So one, I think he has been consistent for a while. So and also some of these things we say, people don't take time to study the market. The way people consume music is changing and has changed significantly. The how can I even call it? The target audience, or the audience that consumes music the most right now, might be a generation that grew up. So like those who really have money to stream without feeling the pain of 500 francs, 100 francs data here and there, subscription things here and there, are people who are of the Jovi generation. So the recent generation, those who are maybe in the university now, might not really afford those things like that. So those who have the strongest purchasing power now, I'm saying those who are between, let's say, 30 and 45. They are of the Jovi generation. I fall in that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how I consume that. I consume Jovi the most when it comes to Cameroonian artists. Till as we speak, that's what I consume the most, especially from the English speaking side. I'll listen to Fali, I'll listen to Daju, but I cannot connect to those guys like that. But with Jovi speaking Pidgin, Franc-Anglais, French, English, I can really connect with him. That's one. Two, I think Cameroonians are also short of options, right? So I remember I've had this debate a couple of times on Chakara TV. I'm saying there's a certain foundation which Jovi and Stanley end up put, which it was expected that they were going to carry some other person on their shoulder to break into Africa. Libyanka's story is unique because Libyanka used another direction. Cameroon to the US was an American, blah, blah, blah. Her story is different. But I always said for a typical Cameroonian artist to break into Africa and go global, I was expecting that to stand on the shoulders of either Stanley or Jovi. We see the people like, what's her name? Arya Star is standing on Don Jazzy and the whole Marvin Nation's shoulders. These other two people, Fireboy and the rest, there is Asake who is with Olamide. All of these guys, Olamide, Whiskey, Davido. Davido has this other guy, what's his name? I'm always forgetting his name. The guy who has played himself, Uju or something like that. I forgot his name. All of these modern school Nigerian artists are standing on shoulders that have already crossed a certain level in Africa. Hence, once I stand on your shoulder where you are above Africa, you can easily jump global. So it is very difficult on somebody to start in the same generation. You conquer locally, conquer nationally, conquer continental, conquer global. It's tough. It can be done, but it's tough. When you have all of these other people like Ashake, Fireboy and the rest coming, they're standing on shoulders that have already gone above Africa, they can easily propel and jump into global. I'm just in the analogy of shoulders, but I mean like the people have the networks, the resources, they have all of those things necessary, the know-how, the experience to push them. That's the shoulder I'm talking about. So Cameroon has that unique position of these two biggest names have not necessarily carried anybody on their shoulder to push into the continental sphere and maybe even global. Hence, we are stuck. So most of the people that break in, they struggle and break in local, national. So that's why I say we are somehow short of options because, okay, when you look at most of the people on that list, we're talking of continental success, most of the people on that list. First for Lady Pongs, which I'm not too sure, but I think she's even strong French Africa-wise continental still. I might not be best placed to assess that because I'm not so much into French Africa. though I'm aware of things happening there, but not so much. So yeah, I think for me the bigger one is his consistency. Two is the lack of options or alternatives for Cameroonians. But to say timeless music, yeah, you can say that, but it's a strong choice of words. Timeless music is strong, and say something is timeless music, it's strong. So for me, I'd rather go with his consistency and lack of options or, insufficient competition or whatever, how you want to put it here.
Yeah, but
That's just the light
you
I'm
also
giving.
mentioned the people who have the purchasing power is the Jovi generation, his fan base. So
Yes.
also another factor
Yeah.
is he has a strong fan base, he has a strong following which he built.
Yeah, no, of
Yeah.
course. Of course. So that's what I'm saying. Like, consistency usually builds you a good fan base. Yeah, so the only thing I'm not too sure of is the timeless music side of it.
Yeah, but I think Jovi does has he has some songs which like you listen to it at any moment in time at any age. It's not a song that you loved it because it was viral at the time. He has some songs like that which you can listen to it, and even if it's not viral, even if that's not what's being played in the club, you can still vibe to the song. So I think to an extent, I would agree with this blogger because there are a lot of songs now which are trending, and the only time I listen to it is if I'm in a public place or I went somewhere and I heard the song and I'm like, oh, I love the song there. So I'm like, okay, let me listen to it again, and I listen to it for a period of time, and then after that I don't listen to it again because yeah, I'm done listening to it. That's a lot of the Cameroonian songs that are trending now. That's a lot. That's the story of a lot of the Cameroonian songs that are trending. But like in Jovi's case, I think the two artists that I would say have songs that I listen to over and over, no matter if it's trending or not. I'll say Blanche Bailey. I love this how do you call this? Is it how do you call it? The song she did with Mings? Um, uh, can you remember the song? Um,
Juba not be married.
Giovanna be married. Oh, is it? Uh, Two gonflay. Okay, yeah, probably that's it. Yes, that's. But I don't know if that's
I don't
the
know that's the
title.
title of the song, but
Yeah,
that's what I'm just referring to.
yeah. There's a
I don't know
lyric.
that's the title of the song.
Yeah, so that's the song that I can listen to over and over again, no matter if it's trendy. It's no longer trending anymore. I mean, and
Yeah.
Jovi, he also has certain songs like that, which no matter when you listen to it, is it the level of Michael Jackson "We Are the World"? I don't know, but the songs are
That's what I said. The
yeah.
examples he gave for timeless music and through Jovi in there.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, it also depends on the individual. That's why I always say about music. Music, it depends on the individual because like somebody can listen to a Jovi and the Jovi's reality is very close to their reality, or what he's singing his song is very close to their reality. So they relate more to the song, and they equate the way they relate to the song to the "We Are the World" level. Like so, I feel like to an extent it depends on the
No,
person
so if I'm
talking.
being honest, I relate more to Jovi's songs than We Are the World. But when we talk about timeless music, the criteria I take to define timeless music is not relating is one, but not a very strong priority on that list. Ability to cut across generations, cut across cultures is what is going to help it to last or stand the test of time.
True.
So I'm not too sure Jovi's songs can cut across cultures, cut across generations like that. So that's why using the word timeless, but definitely relate more to Jovi's songs than We Are the World. So,
Yeah, but don't you think like for every generation of local Cameroonians, I mean Cameroonians that grew in Cameroon, they would relate to Jovi songs to an extent? Don't you think every generation might relate to Jovi song?
no, I don't think so. The two generations before me will not even relate. The generation just in front of me, those who were a little more social and into culture, might relate, but they related not because they related because we are associated with our generation, hence they relate. So two generations in front, not so much. But and then the generation coming after me, they know Jovi, they connect to Jovi, but I don't know what to say about this generation. It's like their mind is all over the place. I don't know how to define them. When you talk to this generation, you realize like they're on TikTok, they are doing their own different things. They have their own kind of trends, which I really don't understand. It's not very direct, if I put it that way.
Yeah.
I consider myself very social, but I usually get lost like some of their terminology,
Oh,
some of the
yeah.
things they think is cool, some of their favorite artists. I really get lost. So yeah, to say they don't, at times I see they don't even, nobody's even a star to them. It's almost like they'll call some of their TikToker, they'll call some of their YouTubers, and those are the stars now. And I'm like, what did this TikToker do? What did this YouTuber do? And
Yeah,
they have
like
their own very valid things, and I'm like, okay.
yeah, I mean, I was talking to one of my cousins, and she used one term, and I was like, what? What does it mean? What does it mean? I think, what did she say? Okay, I almost fell, so I was moving in a slippery place. I almost fell. She was like, "Hey, don't be an Auntie Bernadette," and I was like Sister Bernadette, and I was like, "What is Sister Bernadette?" She's like, "That's what they say when
Yeah,
somebody is about to fall," and I'm like, "Why? Why?"
I've never even heard that.
What does Sister Bernadette have to do with that? So she's like, there's a video that went viral of a Reverend Father Bernadette who was being buried, and then a sister jumped into the grave. So people started calling the sister Sister Bernadette. So anybody that wants to fall, they call them.
Maybe I saw that.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they definitely have their own thought
Trends,
process
yeah, and
and
their own
trends
things. So
and things.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like Jovi will not really fit. He will not cut across like that. But that I'm looking for an artist who, okay, just to be cool like a Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson will cut across. Beyonce will cut across. As an artist, she will cut across even in the new school. One, as I said, is the language issue, the culture issue. They try to cut across, but Jovi with his frank and glare and his style, he does not really cut across every culture like that. Even in Cameroon,
Yeah.
some people don't want to associate with the whole
Mboko.
Mboko crowd, feeling like it's local is this, but it, at times you don't need to over. It's good to be specific with your brand, but don't be over specific. I feel like Jovi's brand is a little bit more too specific. Where certain people, even if you like his music, you don't want to associate with him.
Yeah, you
But
know.
a brand like Daphne, who's just singing about love or about party, can cut across everywhere, everybody. If only she could have been that consistent, and
Yeah.
the culture and her music was also that. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's proceed to talk about our sponsors, Echo.online.
So, people, as usual, it's your boy Ambassador again, talking about the money. Echo Online is a tool that is here to help artists monetize their art. I mean, put money in local artists' pockets. It has various features. Some are under development, some are fully functional. But how do you benefit of Echo Online? Download the app, go to Play Store, download the app, or just go to the website, create a profile. First, with your profile, you take the link or copy your link and share it on your various social media handles to start building a community. Those who start early, before you know it, you have 5,000 people on your profile. What are the odds if you do the maths? What are the odds that you have 5,000 people when you release your song, you cannot have 500 people buying your music? Very slim. So it helps you to build the community. Once you build a community on Echo.online, you can now start monetizing on that. So create a profile, share your profile on the various social media handles, ask your followers or fans to follow you or like your follow you on Echo.online. Hence, when you put out your music, they can buy it. It's adapted to the local payment methods in Africa, mobile money, credit cards, whatever you want to use. It's adapted to the local methods in Africa. So it's also very good because we say the power is in your hand. You create your music, upload your music online using your phone, sell your music, check your analytics as who is buying where do people usually play your music more, where do people usually play your music more, That way you can know where to maybe organize events, where to go and sell merchandise based on those analytics. You could as well go out there and then tell your fans to support you by buying a particular song or putting special release and things like that. So you can actually make money. And you don't have to get people in Europe to create an account, then get the money, then send it to you. It becomes too complex. And at times things get missing along the way. But Online, when you sell, you see what you're selling and you collect your money directly using your mobile money account or transfer it to your bank account directly. You don't have to pass through any third party or anything. So it's a tool which is here to help artists. It's almost like you're an independent artist, but you're functioning like a label just using your phone. Most of the things which a label will do for you, Online can do those things. You just have to be organized and be strategic about it. Online is a new app and site which is under development. I tell people those who jumped on YouTube the earliest became millionaires because when the site was growing, they too were growing and they made millionaires. They got the first endorsement deals. YouTube adapted its strategy or its various features suiting their needs and they became serious millionaires. So jump on Online, create your profile. If you want to contact the manager of Online, you can contact them directly or get to Chakara TV and I'll put you in contact with them and then share your success story. As I always say, money is the lifeblood that keeps most of these things beating. So if we like entertainment, get on Online and make the money to help you grow organically.
Okay, guys, yeah, jump on Online. Today we are talking about giving the most searched songs on boomplay, but someday down the line we're going to be talking about the most searched songs on Online. So you definitely want your song to be on that list, and the faster you get on Online, the more your chances will be to get on that list because you build your following early enough. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up to this video if you enjoy our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, and see you guys next time. Bye guys.